Hello ladies and gentlemen, I will be bringing you today a game between myself and a very good Protoss opponent. I've been wondering if my two ghost push strategy would work against a strong Protoss player, and this is the best Protoss player I've ever played and beaten in a ladder game, at least. So I was really excited to see that it worked, and unfortunately for me, I was trying to do my standard little wall in, and somehow I screwed it up. This level is horrible for trying to wall yourself in. It's just, I couldn't do it. I tried and I tried again and I failed twice in a row, so I don't know what happened, but if you don't do it just perfectly, it doesn't work. And so I was disappointed because I really like killing this little probe who comes in to harass, and I thought he was going to escape, but actually he doesn't escape. He decides to come back into my base for some reason, and then he almost kills my mule, and I say, no, don't kill that mule. And so I send 3 SCVs after him, and the mule barely escapes alive from the probe assault. So that was pretty scary moment there, and I was so mad at that probe. I definitely was gonna chase him down, and finally I get some Marines out and send them in to take care of the probe whose shields have recharged already. So anyway, my horrible walling in job was, let's see if our opponents was able to see what I did exactly. Yes. Usually I like to make it look like I'm putting a barracks out there and not the bunker, to make the opponent think he might be able to come up and snipe a couple supply depots with those with the early push, because the stalkers outrange the really, even if I have a couple of marauders out, I think stalkers range is let's see here, it's 6, so it outranges the Marines. It doesn't outrange them in the bunker, of course, but if he thinks I've got a barracks here, then he might come in and try to snipe it, or a supply depot, if he doesn't know that this is here. But once you get a marauder in there, then you're perfectly safe, because the marauder will outrange the stalker in the bunker. And so I send in the scouts. Sometimes I like to make a Reaper, but usually a Marine is enough to get the job done, and it will save you 50 gas. And I send in a Marine and not a SCV, because I figure the SCV will probably make more than 50 minerals if I have it working. I'm sure it will make more than 50 minerals, in fact. So I'd much rather have the SCV making me $50 than having my and having another $50 unit. They cost the same amount to make, so you might as well have one that can attack, and that isn't going to cost you that investment of building more minerals. So I think people scout with SCVs because they're faster. You can get a good look at their base, but I feel like I know what the opponent has if I can just see his army. If he's got more than 1 unit out at the point in the game that I send a Marine out, then if he's got 3 or 4 units, then I'm sure he's got a handful of gateways. And it'd be nice to see all this stuff that he goes for some Templar tech, and in fact he even causes me great trouble, because he not only does he, I'll show you in 1 second. Aha! Not only does he make a Dark Shrine, but this player was very good at using his Dark Templar. So he sees I'm coming, and he starts to pull back. He pulls back from tower to tower, and every time I take a tower, I can see his units fleeing. So he sees me coming from this watchtower here on the mini-map. He sees me coming and he flees, and as soon as I take the tower, I can see his fleeing army, which is a pretty encouraging thought. And I'm always worried with this that maybe he's popped out a couple of Colossus, or maybe he's got a lot of Immortals. But and here's something also very smart he does. he intercepts my rally point. So all of my units who are set to rally on this Marauder are getting shot at by this Stalker, and I don't really do anything about it. I just continue to attack because, and this is an important point, you know, I was distracted because something was attacking my forces, one Dark Templar at a time he sends in. So of course this is going to force me to waste a bunch of scans. You know, maybe I should have just gone ahead and ran into his base and not really paid any attention to the Dark Templar, because if there's more than one, you're going to need a couple of scans to kill them all. And as you can see, I don't have any scans. He's got 2 Dark Templars. So what am I going to do? Well, I've never tried doing this before, but supposedly you can shoot a Dark Templar with an EMP, even though they're cloaked, which will reveal it for a short time. And you have to be pretty precise with it, though. The EMP doesn't have a huge range. And so I shot one, and the other one apparently was not in range. So I just, at this point, I decided to just wait for my scan and to be a little bit more sure about that. I saved EMP, which I don't know if I even use it or not. But because he did go all that tech, he didn't have a huge army. And so one thing I do here is I actually pull back out of the 2 storms that he laid down, and I didn't pull back as quickly as I should have, but I pulled back enough to keep some of my troops a little healthier. And he feedbacks my ghost, but unfortunately my ghost had no energy anyway. Excuse me. So under the production tab, he's making 2 Dark Templars and is morphing in this Archon. So he's still got 2 Dark Templars, and he's really good at using these. He's keeping them separate, attacking me one at a time. I know he's doing it. There's nothing I can do about it. The good side is my army's big enough to where one or 2 Dark Templar are actually not going to be able to destroy it before I do a ton of damage. But because I've been going for buildings and not probes, you can see that he's got so much money. And I was kind of frustrated that he didn't give up at this point, after I kill this last Dark Templar especially. But I can't really blame him, because when you have 5,000 minerals and 1,000 gas, it's just really hard to give up. So I go over here because I didn't see that Dark Shrine anywhere, so I wanted to kill the Dark Shrine, and I thought he might rebuild his pylons over here, but I didn't really care because there's only 2 warp gates, and so I thought I'd rather get rid of this Dark Shrine in the hopes of getting rid of Dark Templar. But look at this, he's rebuilding all this stuff. And again, I can't really blame him. I mean, honestly, I'm not really doing a very good job bringing in reinforcements. So if my rally point had died, I should have set it at a better place, like here or here, and continue to send in my forces. It's such a big map. It takes forever to get across it. And I shouldn't waste my time here. I should have gone back over here and killed off the drones or killed off the warp gates. Probably would have killed off the warp gates, personally. Because if they have no warp gates, they can't build units. And they can make warp gates, sure, but it takes time, and you gotta not only wait for them to finish building, but you have to warp them into warp gates if you want to get those units out fast. So it takes a whole minute, a little bit more than a minute, to get one, and to actually warp it into a warp gate. It takes, how long? I think about 10 seconds, maybe less. So I'm still going for the pylons. I don't know why. I guess I figured just depower the buildings and he would quit the game. I didn't know he was rebuilding over here at this point. And he does a really nice job, you know, trying to come back, giving away who won this game. But Usually I don't upload the games that I lose, and so if you've noticed, of course, my other videos usually win once I upload. There was one I played recently that was Terran vs. Terran, and I almost uploaded it even though I lost because I thought maybe there were some good lessons to learn from it. An hour-long game though, so I decided it was probably too long. I really hate Terran vs. Terran, I must say. It's just so boring. It's just awful, and I almost would prefer in Terran vs. Terran just go for a fast game, because I just hate playing the long, drawn out Terran vs. Terran slugfests. I just hate it. Just jab punches, jab punches, jab punches. It's so hard to give a knockout blow. Terran vs. Terran. So he built another Dark, of course, another Dark Shrine. I thought I'd seen the last of these Dark Templars. But my army's so big now, it's just enormous. And this guy's still taking pot shots at my rally troops, and when this guy's gonna come along and EMP him, but still be unable to take him out. It's kind of funny. It's like, well, I'm gonna die, so I might as well EMP this stalker. And then I finally do select these 3 units and have them a move. And meanwhile, I was able to take out that force. It still has 1 DT, but this is a good example of why 1 DT is probably not going to be able to take out a handful of marauders. There's too much life. So GG. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.